Well, hello everybody. Thank you so much for watching this channel. My name is Sarah, and this channel is called Pearls of Wisdom in Food with Keto. And how you do your keto, your carnivore, or your carnivish is totally up to you. It's what works for you. It's being conscious of the changes that you're making and seeing the results. It's not just willy-nilly trying something and not paying attention to how you feel after, because we all want to feel optimal, right? There's enough stress and tension and stuff out there. Yep, still got it. That, sucks the life out of us, right? So why don't we just find our foods and how we feel to be the best with our non-scale victories, habits, and results being just delightful. So you wake up and you're just delighted to do another day with whatever it is that you do. For me, of course, my first go-to is my coffee. Why not? And I have it the way that I want to have it. I do use xylitol that comes from birch trees, and I do use Keto creamer. You can find it in your dairy case, even though it's non-dairy, or Better Half from Califia, which is also a non-dairy, or Milkadamia, which is a macadamia nut milk. You get it in those cartons, and I get it in like the earthy crunchy section of Stop and Shop. And so all three of those are delightful, have a lot less calories and fat than my heavy whipping cream that was 50 calories for 1 tablespoon. I'll take the Keto, 3 tablespoons, 45 calories, and I never have 45 grams of that. I stop at like 30, so 2 tablespoons. It's still a delight, and it comes out blonde, and I like my coffee blonde. Just saying. So if you're planning for having me for coffee, there's your recipe, right? Greg wouldn't know how to make my coffee, so don't feel alone. I don't know what you put in there. You're always changing everything. I don't know. Yeah, that's keto carnivore with a standard American dieter. That's how that one rolls. So I looked up gauntlet to see what the definition was, and it's wearing a very structured, secure leather glove. Sometimes it has metal in it, and it was used in like the 14th century for fighting and all of that kind of stuff. And sometimes I just wish that certain people doing YouTube channels would just put down their gauntlet. But I think, I don't know. It is what it is. And although I'm always up for hearty debate as long as it doesn't include me, and I did my back in my head thing, trying to figure out why am I so sensitive to the pissing contests, for lack of a better word. And I think it's because I was raised in an alcoholic home, both parents severe alcoholics and addicts of other things as well. And so their insensitivity to anything but themselves and their drinking sprees was the norm for me. And so being an only child and adopted, all the blah, blah, all the back stuff, makes me kind of sensitive to when people just start attacking each other with facts and factoids, and this expert said this and that one said that. Yeah, that's it. It kind of upsets me, although I'm watching it or I'm reading it. And that's okay. We learn from those sort of things, but it is just kind of funny because I was just listening to somebody, the man that wrote the Fiber Menace, and it was a YouTube video. So I would say go to YouTube and search for Fiber Menace. There is an hour-plus interview of him. It's 8 years old, and it hasn't lost one bit of meaning in those 8 years. It was excellent. But he takes away, or he says things that weren't my usual. Like one of my things is that I don't drink liquids an hour before I have my OMAD and an hour after I have my OMAD. I just give my digestive juices a chance to just do what they do without being diluted with water. And he doesn't think the water dilutes. He says, go ahead and have your water while you eat. He said the hydrochloric acid part of digestion doesn't start till 4 hours after it's entered your body. So, take that with a grain of salt or a gulp of mineral water. And there are a couple of other ideas that he has or promotes that don't match me. But anyway, it's a very interesting and graphic video. Fiber Menace. I will post the 1 hour plus link down below. But you learn a lot. And all the way through it, if he said it once, he said it 12 times. When you get older, with his accent, have before isn't necessarily so as you get older, because our bodies tire out of things. And if you had the standard American diet like I did for 60 years, there's a lot of healing to do. And just like the oxalates that we hear from Sally K. Norton, it could take a long, long time to dump those oxalates. I was also listening to her interviews on her Human Performance Outliers and Primal Edge Health. And so just filling myself up with experts' opinions, it shows you how much we have to go through to get to a place of feeling great. And just like with the oxalates, she said, you can quit it. You can stop having them, and it's still in your body. It's still looking for that opportune moment to dump them. I probably have to watch those videos a couple more times to understand all of that. But with the Fiber Menace man, fascinating things. His diet is a whole lot different than mine. He, at the time of this recording, so it was 8 years ago, he was 58. And so he spoke of himself as if he was old. And so hence, this is why he has what he has. He only has protein once a day, although he has 3 meals. He talks a lot about the people from countries and himself, that he has butter on his rice. He said that's the difference, though. They don't do that in the other countries that you think of rice when you think of what they have in their food plan. And so he has rice with butter for breakfast, rice with butter for lunch, and for dinner he has steamed fish, I think, with the rice with the butter. And that's it. So it's a very stark kind of diet. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'll put up with a little bit of indigestion or stomach discomfort to have foods that I like. I don't want to have a diet, at this point, where I can't have anything that I enjoy. And I'm not talking about treats or anything like that. I'm just talking about, I love my beef. And he's not a big proponent of a lot of protein, but it's just very interesting how he talks about the digestive system and constipation and the things that happen in the bathroom. I'll just keep it above that you may find very, very interesting, and how he goes, what happens when he goes, and all of the attendant gritty details. So it's fascinating, and if you're not worried about, if you don't think you have issues with your constipation, it's still a good listen to because of the other things that you learn. And the thing I like about him, Constantine, is that he has the courage of his convictions. And I always love that when experts speak or write a book where they're just totally comfortable saying what they say. And, the person interviewing him from Extreme Health, his name is Justin. I don't know if he's still active. But he said, how did you ever face all the naysayers? We're talking, in the 70s and 80s and 90s, when he came out with these just crazy ideas. And of course, we all kind of felt getting enough roughage. I mean, when you sit in front of the doctor and they say you should have at least 35 grams of fiber if you're a female. And it's like, oh, okay. And it's like, so 4 bowls of oatmeal and whole wheat toast for breakfast, 97 apples for snacking in between with carrots, And here's Constantine saying, don't have potatoes with skin on them. and other things, so it's just the difference of opinion. I'll stick with Constantine, thank you. But, and how we were all eating so many grains and so much fiber because we were told that's what our digestive system needed to clean it all out. And it's like we come out of that era and, we hear about carnivory where people have no constipation issues or slight compared to other things. And it was just a fascinating listen to. So you'll see his below, and then he's got a couple of other ones. The book is like unbelievable with the, it truly is. It truly is like our primal brain when it comes to the food we eat. I mean, the primal part is like you are going to be what you eat, right? So if you're not eating good stuff, this is going to be, from from the neck down is going to be all screwed up, and your head believing still what somebody else told you about how many grams of fiber you're supposed to have. It's going to be crazy. Where did that go? So anyway, I'm getting long in the tooth. No kidding, really. So this is what I am having today. It's just a nice, pleasant day. I've been doing the carnivore way of eating Monday through Friday, and then the pizza on Saturday, and then the big green egg with steak and veggies on Sunday. But Monday through Friday, my digestion hasn't been better. None of that stuff that happened before. Trust me. Do you think I'd go near that if it was going to be happening again? I don't think so. So these are my macros for the day. My calories are 1,209 calories. I have OMAD at around 3 o'clock. My protein is 89.6 grams of protein. My total carbs are 2.3 total, never net. And my fats are 90.6 grams of fat. What I'm having today is 7 ounces of chuck roast that began on the big green egg for the yummy smoked flavoring, and then I finished off in my Martha Stewart pan and crock in the oven. So 7 ounces of that, 3 extra large Pete and Jerry eggs with 3 slices of Havarti cheese that a Kraft, and 70 calories each. That's probably why it's got one more carb in it. And, 1 tablespoon of chopped green onions in the scrambled eggs. Both the chuck roast and the eggs are cooked slowly in butter. And that is my plate of food for the day. It works for me. Yesterday I was at Market Basket, the place I like to go for the good stuff. I broke a dozen eggs right there at the store. There was this Mr. Creepy behind me. He was a little too close. And he was kind of like throwing me. And so I picked up a thing of eggs, and somebody put it back in such a way that the top just flew up and the eggs just went like that. And he goes, "See what you did?" "Yeah, I saw what I did." And the clerk rushes over and it's like, "How many times can I say I'm sorry? Do you want me to stay?" "No, I'll get it. It happens all the time." Poor guy. Probably is like cleaning up other people's dog poo on grass. That you just get used to it. It's like, that's got to be the lowest end of the job, doing the broken eggs everywhere. I felt bad. And so Mr. Creepy Know-It-All just went that way. But, he was just like, "Yeah, can I weird you out standing behind you?" I find that when people do that, it's like, "Can I have just a little space here? Can you step back a foot or two, please?" That happens to me when I have to go to customer service when I'm doing Instacart and something happens. These people with the lottery tickets, they think if they stand behind you, shaking their, $4 win, that you're going to move faster. And it's like, there should be a separate aisle for lottery. Just saying, okay? Don't mean to get, off on a tangent. But, so yeah, that was my day yesterday. I felt bad. Does it mean anything when you break a dozen eggs at a store? Is there some sort of bad luck that I should be, besides the karma that the store clerk was hoping for me. So that's my deal here. That's my food. That's my life. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. I have a 9 to 2 Instacart shift today, so away I go. I've ironed my white blouse and put together my snappy outfit. Just, because don't you have to have some style and aplomb when you do your Instacart? Don't you? For me, it's like, okay, let's find the comfortablest outfit closest to lounging clothes. But these are actually real pants, and it's a real shirt, and it's a real sweater, and real shoes. I think that's great. Instead of the pajama bottom flip-flops that my body says, oh, you'd feel so comfortable if you wore those. I try to up it a little, look like the, classy broad delivering groceries at 68. Who knew? So thank you, my peeps, for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with another episode of Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. And just do what you do as long as your head is engaged with your foods, what you're having, if it's working for you, what needs tweaking, because I think it's an ongoing thing. You just keep getting more better. More better should be your goal every day when you wake up. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.